Hi Earth Angels. Hi Earthlings. I'm sorry about that. But maybe I said that a mistake. Somehow it's meant to be. So I'm discussing right now at this time not only the Maha Kumbha that is coming up on the 28th, but also there's another very important aspect that's happening to do with the ending of the Kali Yuga. Now, for those of you who are Earth Angels, freelancers like me, and light workers, I want to just describe. So let me begin. So we'll notice that from now, which is the 22nd of February, leading up into the 28th, that a dream-like quality of certain places comes into effect. The familiar has an unfamiliarity about it. You start walking between worlds once more. So what I've noticed is that, once again, I'm sort of like involved in two realms at the same time. I'm walking in the spiritual realm at the same time as I'm stepping upon physical reality. There is a blending occurring. Surely I'm not the only one. It must be happening to others of you as well. Now, that is a signal that we're prepared. It is not the time to anchor yourself in physical reality. So we don't do grounding exercises at the moment. So if you are gathering chi, ki, prana, and you are opening your chakras, infusing yourself with soul source energy, opening your chakras, as just said that. Don't do the grounding part, okay? So we're not grounding right now. So this is the beginning of the new timeline. Not everyone is going to be able to meet your frequency as reality bends in our favor. So everyone will step into something entirely different, and once they do, there's no going back. You know that I have said before, the Maha Kumbha happens once every 144 years, and this one seems to be coming into alignment with also not only the Pisces and Pisces Virgo eclipse cycle, but the ending of the ascending Kali Yuga. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen, all right? Now, what is going to happen is that after this alignment, if you are a light worker, you've been working in the light, you've been expanding your heart chakra and developing your inner child star, then you will have more light in your being. You'll be more brilliant. But if you are if you're a person who works in the darkness with the dark forces, you will become darker. So it's going to be a scary time. There's a lot of scary things that are going to happen. Okay, so barriers start dissolving first. Reality blurs at the edges. There will be deja vu, and there will be unseen forces. So we can only rely on our intuition and our gut feelings, not what anyone tells us, all the way to the solar eclipse door closing, Aries, 29th of March. Okay? Now, if you hear people that say things that sound strange, like their words are kind of like hooking into you or trying to pull you into their chaos, or attaching to you, trying to reconnect, but you sense their vibe is distorted, then in any way, shape or form, you must disconnect, cut contact, pull out energetic hooks, pull physically out and attach them to another thing, okay? Don't let them attach to you. Or with the scissors, metal, actual real scissors works. You need to do this, okay? Because you need to discern deception and you need to discern illusions. and you must avoid nightmares because the darkness. So you must recognize both sides to make sure that you can thrive. So it's important to do the gyroscope with your chakras, which I've kind of like taught you about, and cover yourself in the mirror cube, which I've also talked about. When you're around anyone, just do it right through this time. Okay, so remember this. Have you ever felt so sure about something only to later realize you were completely wrong? Have you ever fully trusted someone only to be betrayed by them? Have you ever sacrificed yourself for someone who treated you very badly? Have you ever convinced yourself something was meant to be only to discover you were deluding yourself? Please do not do this ever again. You must protect your energy. It is the most valuable treasure you have. Don't let anyone steal it. Don't give it away. Don't fantasize. And only trust in your Lord. My Lord is Lord Shiva. And your own power. You've got abilities. You can trust in that. Okie dokes. This is throughout the Pisces Virgo Eclipse season, okay? So we've got to navigate this correctly, because otherwise we're going to drown in our sorrows, and that is not what we're on about. Now, recognize the truth before it is spoken. See beyond the appearances into the heart of every interaction. Feel the authenticity in others, their underlying intention. Pure insight is your goal, and that is all that can guide you to what is real. Everything else is an echo of your own hopes and fears, past illusions. It's a beautiful mirage that makes distant objects appear real. Believing in a fantasy that you wished was real. There is to be no more of this. It is dangerous. The Pisces eclipse season is here to dissolve all that is false. This is where our destiny is, okay? So our spirit, our consciousness, silver course, knows our true destiny and our true purpose, and it remembers why we're truly here. So we trust our spirit. Only the ego leads us astray. It is a great servant, but it is never to be our master. So memories soften over time because our heart is pure, but facts, logic, and reasoning are needed for balance. True mastery is in the discernment. Okay, so now cultivate your spirit. This is through the Pisces Virgo eclipse season. Cultivate your spirit and physical reality. Actively participate in Virgo's earth field. Healing, essence, good medicine, fragrant sensuality. Harvest with care and concern and ritual. Steam, distill, rub your perfume into your hair, your face, your body. Now, Kali Yuga. A little bit of a story about the ascending Kali Yuga. I listened to this online. The good thing is Kalki is alive. If you know who Kalki is, he's the guy that comes on a white horse and saves everyone. Okay, so his name is Kalki, and he is 20 years old, and he is a Libra. So now, the people of India say that the Kali Yuga ends after the Pisces Virgo eclipse season. The people of India say Kalki is born, he is 20 years old, and his sun sign is Libra. Now, in 6676 BC was when the Kali Yuga began. It was when Dionysus was alive, and he was the last ruler before the Kali Yuga began. So there was Dionysus who was alive, and Rama was alive. And Rama, he went westward with the Varanas, and the satyrs followed Dionysus. So now after the end of the descending Dwapara age, which was the time that ended and began the Kali Yuga, there was a great catastrophe. And then the urbanization began, which is the Indus Valley, the Sumer, the Egypt, all those urbanizations that I talked about before. And that all began in 3676 BC, after there was a flood. Now, stage 1 of the Kali Yuga lasted 2,700 years, and that took us to 776 BC, and that's when the nuclear war happened between the Indus Valley, Sumer, Egypt, South America, probably all of America, I'm not exactly sure yet, but it was a big battle. They used nuclear weapons. They literally blitzed places. So, 76. Now in 676 BC, the population growth began again, and then there was like this battle for power. So the second Kali Yuga lasted for another 2,700 years, bringing us to the year 2025. And that, but in the last 1,200 years, it says for some reason, and I put Christianity ? But it might be because it started Satan's little season, the opening where they got their chance, the demons and stuff. Now, what happened was, for the last 1,200 years, people decreased in spiritual consciousness. The destruction of all the beautiful architecture has made us lose our ancestral memories, our ability to listen and communicate with animals, respect for our nature, trees, our realm, unless we used our intuition, clairvoyance, telepathy, and insight. Many don't. They only use logic and reasoning. They're like, we have to cut down this forest because Nestle needs to use the land for for growing frickin' palm kernel, palm oil, and let's just burn it and kill all the tigers. And people do. So, 1280 onward, slavery, conquest, desire for power and control, ruthless physical torture, competition, hierarchy, and harming children. So, rules of law were created, man's law over nature. There was constant war. It was never ending, and it still hasn't stopped. Self-interest became paramount. And also everyone started to get the hive minders because they industrialized, and they were like, you come in this time and you finish at this time. Lunch is this and it's only this long, and da-da-da. Then there was, and of course, colonization was at the same time, and then there was imperialism was also going on through that. Then they burned all the books, and we had a mud flood. So over these next 300 years, we're right at the peak of it, the beginning of the wave. So the wave troughs and crests, and then it falls. So basically what's happening is the wave is pulled, and we have the trough and the crest, and that's where we are. So let's just put it this way, the light workers are at the crest, and the workers of darkness are in the trough. But when the wave comes over, there's a rolling of the trough and the crest as the wave comes forth, okay, to break everything. So on the good side, for the next 300 years, there will be an advance in individuality, telepathy, harmonious duality, protection of the innocent, clairvoyance, creative beingness, and a lot more wisdom, okay? But there's also going to be a massive population decline. Many cities will be destroyed and many people will die. the darkness is not going to go down easily, okay? It's going to go down with as much destruction as it can. That's the darkness is all about destruction. Not Lord Shiva's destruction, actual annihilation. Now, back to what's important for us. Because we are the first, I'm going to say, I thought everyone, but it's different. So we are the first of the wave that the electromagnetic field of our heart, the cymatic frequency that we are, the brilliance within us is going to begin the energetic frequency that radiates outward like the ripples, the ripple effect. So it's so important right now. That's how important we are. Everyone's heart electromagnetic field is about 60 times stronger in amplitude than the brain. So those that work in darkness, their electromagnetic field is still 60 times greater than their brain. Now, that means our inner star child. So for us again, light workers, and now back into light work and earth angels, our inner star child's electromagnetic frequency is 60 times stronger than the amplitude of our soul. Now, amplitude is the distance between the crest and the trough of a wave. That is the height from the top to the bottom. That is the magnitude of the differences between the variables of the trough and the crest's extreme values. And that's what we're looking at, okay? Now, amplitude is the quality of being. It means ample. It means fullness, and it means abundance. Amplitude is the extent of a back and forth movement, such as a pendulum or the wave, okay? The wave or the pendulum. They're doing the same thing. Amplitude is a measurement of the amount of energy transferred by a wave, measured as the distance between the crest and the trough of a wave, and the equilibrium position is the position of the medium at rest. That's going to take 300 years, all right? Amplitude is also the loudness of sound determined by the maximum pressure of a wave, and amplitude is the extent of dignity, excellence, splendor, the sweep of the great artist's stroke. Larger amplitude is a louder sound, smaller amplitude is a softer sound. Thus our soul is our life force energy, and our heart is the transmitter of energy, with the power to influence our soul's emotions and the environment and the people around us. Everyone. Us. When our heart radiates love, confidence, joy, good humor, gratitude, our soul experiences positive emotions, and this coherent energy wave produces healing and health. It's our heart's frequency that creates the emotional states. When we feel fear, dread, stress, anger, and sorrow, our emotional state suffers and the emotional field of energy becomes disruptive, affecting the well-being of our body and mind with tension, nervousness, worry, anxiety, unrest, imbalance, the depletion of trust. Tension is a stretching force that pulls apart, prompting our soul to address challenges and threats in our life. Our ego is prompted to guard against injury and pain in response, and we must make a choice based on the change occurred. Our soul is all about connection and attachment. Every nerve in our body is connected to our brain. From the moment of conception, our soul seeks to attach to our mother's womb. It's natural to form attachments. Parents, siblings, pets, friends, extended families, soulmates, soul ties, karma is all about attachment. Our inner star child alive in our heart is all about desire. The soul needs, the heart desires, and desire is like the glue of attachment. Thus, death, separation, distance, loss feels like a desire unfulfilled, and our soul must detach from our need for them in our life. Contentment in life is a delicate balance of attaching and detaching because everything changes. Attachment is needing to obtain the provision of comfort, e.g. baby at the breast, and needing is dependence. We need food, we need water, we need air to remain alive. It is a requirement. The dark side of attachment is jealousy, greed, clinging, craving, and identifying your self-worth based on whether or not your needs are met to your satisfaction. This attachment is self-centered, conditional, and restrictive to another. It is possessive and obsessive. The practice of detachment is to cultivate and nurture positive feelings in our heart chakra for our soul's emotional well-being. This is called doing the inner work. We are to be very compassionate and loving to our soul. There now, poor soul. We are facing a challenging situation and it looks like a personal loss is going to occur. Speak to your soul. Let us trust in the good Lord and lay down our burden of worry and nervousness, anxiety and unrest. Let me shield you in faith, good soul, during this difficult moment in time. Allow me to listen to your concerns and reassure you, dear soul. We are not alone. The good Lord is with us. Allow me to console you, to hearten you, and inspire and cheer you up. Let us be restored in confidence, dear Lord, as I speak to validate my emotions, as I listen carefully to my soul's true needs for security, safety, provision, and well-being. Bring comfort to my soul, my Lord. Deliver to us your mercy and grace. Thank you for always listening to me, Lord Shiva. Thank you for loving me so powerfully. Strongly connect your soul chakra. It's your crown chakra. So we do it like this. Crown. Strongly connect your soul chakra to soul source energy from our Sun King, Soul, Father of all soul. So we say, guide my soul to attach to my Lord. Hopefully a good Lord, like say Jesus. And develop the strongest of all bonds. So we are going to attach to a higher being. Express creatively through the arts of music, dance, drawing, painting, writing stories to channel our emotions into tangible forms of expression. Our soul is a dynamic, evolving energy born here to expand. That's why we reincarnate. Develop, and that's why reincarnation is so important. If your bloodline dies, you can't come down the DNA ladder back into physical form. That's why there's no more unicorns, okay? Develop your clairvoyance, tune into telepathy, enhance your intuition, connect with the cycles of nature, the phases of our moon, interconnect with earthlings, flora, fauna, all the creatures created by our Creator, and interact. Quantify your experiences. Appraise, evaluate, calibrate, gauge the capacity, the amount, the level, the volume. Test and judge the overall feel from the heart, the vibe. Strengthen and expand your soul's awareness. Align your soul with the coherence of your heart's electromagnetic field to enhance your aura. Focus on your Lord's love for you. Focus on how He miraculously provided for you when your need was great. Fill your heart with gratitude. Radiate your confidence in His love for you. Radiate how joyous you feel, having the Lord's love always there for you. Having the Lord right there for you. Not once abandoning you. Radiate your love for your Lord. Fill your heart with good humor, emitting your ability to appreciate, create, and respond to your flaws and mistakes in a light-hearted laughter, acknowledging them by saying something amusing about the absurdity of being out of tune. There are only ever 3 choices for yourself: suicide, or faith in a deity, or acceptance, and acceptance. Okay? So it's like, oh my God, this is so terrible, I'm going to kill myself. Or am I going to accept? Or should I put my faith in a deity who's going to bring me through this? Who's going to show me that all that suffering, whatever it is that I have gone through, torture, there is a validated reason for it. It's going to expand my soul, bring me into a new form of beingness. Okie dokes. So, humor. We could say, oh dear, should I kill myself over it? Or should I just accept that? Or should we just accept that it happened? Everyone makes mistakes. So please don't kill yourself over it. We need you to stay. I don't know how. The reincarnation part is tricky. Okay, so let's be careful. It's tricky because they're going to cut off a lot of bloodlines. They're doing it now, but they're going to really go hard. Take ownership of your choices and actions. Embrace the freedom to create your own meaning and purpose in it all. Take responsibility for shaping your own destiny. Speak your truth. Declare your intentions. What you send out into the universe comes back to you. Check in on your soul. What is it aware of? What emotions does that bring up? Acknowledge and adjust your frequency to meet your soul's real need and enhance your auric field with prana, chi, ki. Enhance the flow of energy in your body. A workout with music, dancing, stretching, jumping. Our heart adores music. It vibrates to our somatic frequency. And tuning forks and singing bowls and wind chimes soothe our soul, harmonizing our auric field, clearing blockages in our chakras. The quality of our aura, the degree of excellence, is a distinctive attribute and characteristic of our ability to satisfy our soul's needs. Our aura is the sacred expression of our soul. As our soul's awareness expands, our heart feels appreciation. The complexity and beauty of our auric field is a reflection of our inner work, enabling our inner star child to shine brighter. Shine bright, earthlings. We're coming into the end of the Kali Yuga, and it's going to be a crashing wave. We have the ability to really push our somatic frequency deep into the earth and make it vibrate far across the width of our beautiful realm. We're going to develop a lot of strength, and we're going to see a lot of things that we've never seen before, and it might be scary. That's why you have to build a really strong faith in your Lord. Okay? You're here for a purpose, a reason. It's really important. Only you can do your part. We all need you. I'm sending love, much love. I hope it reaches out and it touches every one of you, and make every day a day worthy of growth, prosperity, fortunate abundance. Work on your energy well. May you each have success. I am sending dear love to you all. Ka kite. Stay strong.